How often in your life have you been encouraged to let go of the past, forgive and forget, or some variation of that? While letting go is great advice, as well as an important step in healing and in moving forward, I have often found myself wondering, what does that actually mean? How do you do it? My name is Marianne, and I've created this meditation practice as an aid for learning how to let go. Whether it is releasing yourself from the bonds of a pain-filled past or not facing the future with fear, learning to let go appropriately can provide great freedom. As we begin, I invite you to take a moment to get into a completely comfortable position. Choose whether to lay down fully onto your back or find a comfortable seated position. Once there, take a few moments to settle in, noticing any small adjustments that your body needs to make. I'd like you to start by taking in a deep, full, slow inhale. And as you do, open your eyes and ears, taking in as many of the sights and sounds around you as your mind can capture. As you exhale, let your eyes fall shut as though they were curtains on a stage, closing out all the sights and sounds of the world on the other side. Keeping your eyes gently closed, inhale and imagine that curtain rising very slowly about halfway. The sights and sounds may be there, but they are muffled and blurry. Exhale and let the curtain come closed again, even heavy. Inhale, the curtain is almost too heavy to lift and only comes up a few feet. The sounds so distant they can barely be heard. Exhale as the curtain closes again, so heavy it's unable to move. Inhale and become aware of the sound of your breath in the silence. Exhale, letting your body become completely relaxed. Take a few more breaths, tuning in to only your breath and your heartbeat. We're going to do a little bit of a different body scan for this meditation, so stay with me. Start by gently curling your toes and your fingers, not too tightly, just enough to know that you are. Keeping your toes and fingers curled, tighten the muscles in your calves and your thighs and your arms. Hold all those muscles tight and stiffen the muscles in your pelvis, buttocks, and back, while gripping your toes and fingers a bit tighter. Suck in your stomach like you're trying to look as skinny as possible, Notice if your jaw is clenched, and if it isn't, add that now by pressing your teeth together. In this moment, notice what has happened to your breath. It's most likely very labored, or you may actually be holding it completely. So with your next exhale, let it all go. And if you're in a place to do so, you can even let out a loud, audible sigh. After a brief inhale, make your exhale as long as possible, letting all the muscles become completely relaxed. Another inhale, and with a focus on the exhale, let everything just melt into the surface beneath you. Now, notice your toes. Are they still curled? Even a little bit? Just let them melt. Let go of any tension in your feet. Feel the arches of your feet relax. Become aware of the muscles in your legs, and let them be heavy on the surface beneath you as you let go of any tightness you may be holding on to there. Bring your mind to your hips and pelvis. So much emotion is stored in this area. So much to let go of here. Take the time to let all the muscles here relax. And let your bones sink heavy into the surface beneath you. Release the tension in the connective tissues deep inside the body. Visualize the tendons and the ligaments, the muscles, the vessels, veins, and arteries untangling from the bones and the joints and melting in relaxation. Notice your back, the constant pressure we put on our back, bending, lifting, twisting, standing, walking. Our entire body depends on our back for support, for movement, for flexibility, for strength. Most days our back is only able to relax when we go to bed. Let it relax now. Become aware of your shoulders. The phrase, carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, is so much more than just words. What would it feel like to let some of that go for a while? Relax your shoulders and let the tension carried there just melt away. Consider your arms. let them just be heavy to your sides. Allow the muscles to melt away from the bones. Let go of the tension in your forearms and wrists. Bring your attention to your hands and fingers. Let go of the grip and the grasp that holds on and clings so tightly. Allow your fingers to become completely limp. Your thumbs, your forefingers, your middle fingers, ring fingers, and pinkies. Let your entire body sink into the surface beneath you. And bring your awareness to your face, letting go of the tension in your forehead and the muscles around your eyes, the tightness in your jaw. Maybe separate your teeth and even relax your tongue. Become aware of your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Don't try to change your breath. Just notice your natural pattern. Let the breath just happen as though it is the water coming into the shoreline from the ocean. The tide rolling in and rolling out. Coming in against the sand and then going back out. Consider if you could put something on that shoreline to be taken out with the tide, what would it be? Maybe you start with something small, something that does not hold a lot of emotional value to you, something that you no longer need. If it is a physical object, imagine yourself setting it on to the sand. Perhaps it is a word or a sentence that represents a thought or a feeling or an experience. Take a moment to write it in the sand. Notice at your next in-breath as the tide comes in and covers your words or object, and on your next out-breath, gently pulls it out to sea. Observe your breath. Calm peaceful, steady as the tide. Is there maybe a thought or a habit that you would like to leave in the sand for the next wave? Something that you have wanted to let go of, but just not sure how. This is your chance. Write it on the sand and let it go. Let's take a few breaths here, using this as an opportunity to declutter our minds from the things that do not bring us joy and peace. We often have so many thoughts, feelings, and emotions traveling through our minds. They don't just stay in the mind, though. They carry to our heart, to our organs, and throughout our entire nervous system. We replay conversations and experiences in our heads over and over and over, tormenting ourselves with guilt and shame associated with the should-haves of the past. Somehow believing that if we rehearse it in our head just one more time, we can create a different outcome. And then realizing the futility that we can't. Are there some of those thoughts that you can write in the sand and send away? Consider that if a repetitive thought or rehearsing an experience in your mind is not helpful to your present reality, perhaps it's time to write it in the sand and let it go. As you watch these things drift out with the tide, notice the calmness of your breath. Relax the muscles in your face and jaw, neck and shoulders. Notice if you are holding tension anywhere in your body, and allow it to leave also with your breath. Is there a painful memory that you would like to leave on the sand? Sometimes our painful memories are intertwined with someone or something that we care deeply for, and separating those can be difficult. In this case, you can choose to focus on letting go of the memory, but not necessarily the person. Perhaps write down and send out to sea the feeling or emotion associated with the experience. Sometimes really pain-filled experiences need to be gently and carefully untangled from our thoughts and feelings and released in small pieces as we gain the strength necessary to face them. A big part of letting go includes forgiveness. Forgiveness of your younger, less experienced self. Letting go of the guilt and shame we have heaped upon ourselves for mistakes, including the mistakes we continue to make. Recognize that in each given moment, we are doing the best we can with the information, experience, abilities, and energy that we have available to us in that moment. And view your decisions and actions through the lens of mercy, patience, and grace. And apply that lens to all those around you, both past and present. Forgiveness and letting go does not always mean that we will immediately or ever forget about the painful experience or the people associated with it. However, it will take the sting off. The pain and the hurt will lessen. In the finite world that we live in, when something becomes bigger and takes up more space, things around it have less space. In our physical, finite bodies, as negative thoughts, feelings, words, actions, experiences, and emotions take up more space, time, and energy, the positive ones are squished and pushed to the sides. However, in any given moment, you can reverse that pattern. You get to decide how much space you are providing to negative things and how much time and energy you want to spend nourishing the positive. Consider the breath which comes into our body and nourishes it, then leaves as it removes the toxins on its way out and is gone. Each breath providing another moment of life. What will you do with that present moment? So many thoughts, decisions, and actions competing for our time and attention. And I invite you to consider that even in each moment, we have opportunities to determine how we will spend that time and attention. Are there some things that we can let go of? Let go of trying to control things that are not ours to control. Let go of beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve you. Let go of unmet and unrealistic expectations. Let go of negative self-talk, shame, guilt. Let go of situations that threaten your peace of mind, your self-respect, your values and morals, and your self-worth. Let go of ownership over others' behaviors. Let go of the results and consequences that are beyond your influence. Letting go is not the same as giving up. Quite the opposite, actually. Letting go of thoughts, feelings, experiences, and control of others gives you more space for the things that matter most to you. When a negative or painful thought or feeling arises, whether from the past or in the present, rather than ignoring, suppressing, or invalidating it, maybe consider taking a moment to really notice it. Hold it in your mind's eye and notice everything about it: the size, the shape, the intensity, the color, the depth. Observe your breath. Observe your emotions. Observe your whole body. Consider the effort, the energy, the attention it takes to hold on to it. Consider the toll on your physical body, your emotional, mental body, your soul, on your relationships. Consider the cost. Then consider the positive benefits that may result if you were able to let go of it. What would you put in its place? Much like the weeds in a garden that rob the water and sunlight, preventing the growth of flowers and vegetables, a repeated focus on negative thoughts and feelings rob our souls from receiving the light and love necessary for our personal growth. As you let go of the painful parts in your past, you may notice how much influence they have on your present day thoughts and feelings. You may notice some of your fears of the future slowly fading away, taking up less space for concerns in your mind. Create new space in your heart and your mind by letting go of any negativity that doesn't serve you. As you practice letting go, it becomes easier to recognize the thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that get in the way of growth, and to experience the freedom that comes from no longer holding on to them. Relieve your mind and body of the burden of holding on to things that are holding you back. As you continue this meditation on your own, bring your focus back to your breath. Most of the time when we focus on our breath, we start with the in-breath. This time, I invite you to begin your focus on your out-breath. On each exhale, consider what you are ready to let go of. Visualize it leaving your body. Watch as it drifts out to sea like the tide out of your life. And if you can't think of anything specific, think of a place in your body that is holding tension and let go there. Then, on your in-breath, consider what you will do with that new space. What beauty will the tide bring in? What new treasure will you find? Continue with this breathing pattern for as long as you would like. Exhale, let go. Inhale, feel the space with something that brings you joy. Exhale, let go of pain. Inhale, breathe in strength. Exhale, let go of grief. Inhale, breathe in hope. Exhale, let go of shame and guilt. Inhale, feel the energy of renewal. Exhale, offer forgiveness. Inhale, discover peace. Exhale, let go of fear. Inhale, invite love.